Good evening, folks. I'm Johnny Minkley, and a warm welcome to the frightfully posh Park Lane Hilton Hotel here in London for this, your exclusive backstage tour of the game British Academy Video Games Awards 2011. Tonight we'll be celebrating the amazing gaming achievements of the past 12 months, and what better way to kick off a glamorous night than with a roam down the red carpet. Now a global multi-billion-dollar industry, gaming continued to grow creatively during 2010. Tonight there's a huge range of gongs up for grabs. Leading the pack is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood with a hugely impressive 7 nominations. Call of Duty Black Ops and Heavy Rain trail closely behind with 6 apiece. But who are going to be the big winners tonight? The VIPs behind me are getting ready for what's sure to be an exciting, tense night. So it's time to press start on the action. And the first award of the night is the BAFTA for Best Action Game.
And the BAFTA goes to... good choice, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Well, guys, you've got the most nominations tonight, and you've won at the first attempt, the first award. Good start.
I feel so incredible. I mean, I saw the competition that was against us tonight, and I played most of these games, and they're all wonderful games, amazing games, and you know, I would have a hard time choosing myself. So it's really, really like.
We were looking at each other, and we're like, oh no, we're not winning this one.
So what do you think the judges then? What do you think it was about your game that made them decide it was the best action game of 2010?
I don't know, maybe the fantasy of reliving historical eras. It's hard to say.
I think it's a mix, I guess, of the. It's an open world game, right? And part of his job is to try to use all the available tools and what we call the toy, and try to put them together and challenge the player in using them, but at the same time giving them enough liberty to choose their own path. And I think it's a mix of that, and plus, you know, we've been working on this franchise for a while now, and we've been adding more and more tools. So you know, it's just like I don't know, it's.
And also, I mean, credit to you as well, because people, when they heard the game being announced so quickly after Assassin's Creed 2, they thought it's just going to be a spin-off, not much. And just the amount you managed to cram into a game in a year, and you've won an award for it. It's a great testament to the effort you put into the game.
Oh, thank you. We're
guys,
very
congratulations.
proud.
And that's one for the night. Maybe many more.
Yeah, we'll see about the others.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Enjoy the night. Thank you. Cheers.
Hugely important to any release and not to be overlooked is the role audio plays in a game. After all, what would Pac-Man have been without his trademark Waka Waka? And would it really be as satisfying firing a machine gun in Call of Duty without its mighty roar? So let's see who can generate the sound of applause with a win in the use of audio.
And the BAFTA goes to Battlefield Bad Company 2.
So guys, firstly, congratulations. How does that feel in the hands?
It's heavy, I tell you that.
It is heavy, it really is.
Yeah.
Did you, I mean, you were up against such massive games in that category. I mean, what a fantastic, how does it feel to win a BAFTA?
You go.
I mean, truly amazing to be awarded this year when so many great games had great sounds. I mean, anyone could have won this one, so we feel really fortunate that the Academy really saw what was in this one. I hope we put a benchmark for first-person shooters.
Well, and that's it. And, you know, in first-person shooters, I mean, sound is such an important part of the experience, particularly if you're there with the headphones on, you've got a surround sound set, as gamers increasingly do. You've got this whole carnage exploding around you. Having these experiences in first-person shooters is nothing new. We've been sampling weapon sounds for years and that. What's improving? How are you finding new and better ways to improve the way this type of game actually sounds?
I think there's probably technical stuff and sort of also just the content creation and sort of, I guess.
I would go as far as saying, like, every year when we start like trying to revamp and renew this genre, we always go out, you know, out the door, putting ourselves in the situation that soldiers are putting themselves in. We went down to this mega military exercise this year and just were in the middle of a firefight, just being there, feeling it, doing that. And
that really informs the game you make then, once you've experienced it yourselves.
There's so many things that were wrong, you know, you had to light the new fire with the sound team, that just to experience that up close.
And so where's the award going to go when you get back to the office?
To all of them that were part of this. This is a team effort.
Yeah,
it's
pretty much the whole DICE sound team that worked on the game in one way or another, I'd say.
Fantastic, and I guess onwards and upwards, Battlefield 3 coming, lots of excitement about that online?
You bet.
Yeah.
So, Gate, congratulations.
Thank you so
Good
much.
luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
In what looks to be a golden age for games that fit snugly in the palms of your hands, the next big award tonight is to celebrate the best in portable gaming. So let's see who gets their hands on the Handheld prize.
And the BAFTA goes to... Get this open. Cut the rope.
So, guys, I mean, the tube journeys I've spent playing this game, you know, the amount of time I've spent on this, I mean, and this, you know, you've had phenomenal sales, but now a BAFTA, what does that mean?
It is great news for iOS, you know, it's the first iOS game to win a BAFTA. You know, tribute to Effin and Semyon, the brothers who created this great game, and yeah.
It's incredible news, very excited. And I think we've broken through a barrier. It's incredible. iOS dominates.
And that's it. So do you think that the days of Nintendo and Sony dominance in the handheld sector are over?
Well, we'll see. You know, iOS is very exciting, and we'll see what the future brings.
And I mean, I suppose it's just an exciting time in general for handheld gaming, maybe even more so than home consoles. You've not got just iPhone, you've got Android, you've got iPad, you've got NGP coming, you've got 3DS coming out. I mean, handheld gaming, if anything, is where it's at for all the innovations today.
Yep. I think it's the golden age of gaming is back. You know, we believe in like innovation, gaming. It's an incredible, exciting time. This is the tip of the iceberg.
And as you say, you don't need to have these $100 million budgets and 200 people teams like Call of Duty to make a great, engaging game that millions of people love. I mean, small teams, say almost bedroom programmers again.
Exactly.
Exactly. Chilingo is spearheading EA's third-party publishing for independent developers across the world, mobile platforms, and we're really excited to be partnering all these creative talents across the world.
Well, it's a fantastic win. Don't drop it. It's heavy.
Yeah, it is very heavy.
Hold tight of it. Hold tight of it. Have a great night, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, the one and only award tonight, voted for by the gamers themselves, you guys. As game makers continue to push the boundaries of interactive entertainment, this year's shortlist for the Game Award 2010 showcases their amazing achievements. So it's time to find out which title will triumph.
And the winner of the Game Award 2010 is... Call of Duty Black Ops.
So, Call of Duty Black Ops, the fastest selling game in history, the most successful game in history, and now voted for by the British public for the Game Award at the BAFTAs.
Yes. It's overwhelming. It's a great honour for us to be here and represent Treyarch, which is a studio we've both been at many years and have a great fondness for. When I started in the games industry, we're still loading off tape, so we've come a long way, and it's a great bunch of people.
And I have to say, I mean, when after Modern Warfare 2, people thought that Treyarch just couldn't top that, and they didn't. It wasn't just a game that sold well; it was a brilliant game as well. They matched, if not even exceeded, what Infinity Ward achieved. So I think this is testament that the British public love the game that much.
It's very gratifying. We've always tried to better ourselves every time, and the leap we made from Call of Duty 3 to World at War was huge. The leap we made from World at War to this one was even bigger, so we're very happy with how we continue to grow.
And my word, looking at that shortlist, and I'm going to bring Mikey in here as well, because the award. I mean, we were both on the panel for that award, and it was even just choosing 10 games to go down the shortlist was a phenomenally tough
task.
Was
the one thing I wish I hadn't forgotten to say out there. It's incredible to win alongside so many other great games.
Some massive games in that.
So it's a privilege.
What do you think it is about the game that the British public love more than the others? What does this one get?
I think the fact that there's a lot to Call of Duty. We do meet people that love the multiplayer, of course, that's extremely well known. Some people amazingly only play single player. And some people are just all about the zombies, which is amazing that people can still get excited about zombies because they're everywhere. But I think it's the fact that there's a lot in the package there that really makes it appeal to people.
Well, great. Well, the people have spoken, and you are the winners of the award, so congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
Have a fantastic night.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you. Cheers.
Well, what an evening it's been so far, and you'll be delighted to know it's far from over. The next strategically placed gong at the Game British Academy Video Games Awards is the prize for Best Strategy.
The BAFTA is awarded to... Oh, we can't get it out. Civilization 5, well done!
So, Civilization, it's a great legacy there, and the series is no stranger to awards. What does it mean to win a BAFTA tonight?
Well, for me, it's huge because we spent so much time putting energy into it. And a lot of times when you release the game, at least for me, it's a few months before it comes out and you're sort of depressed because you've done your work. And to receive an award 6 months later, it's just a great sign of recognition that people played the game, and a lot of people loved it enough to say this is excellent in this category. And the competition was amazing. Let's face it, the other people we're competing against made great games this year.
Well, that's the thing, exactly right, exactly right. So what do you think swung it for you in the end with the judges?
I'm not sure. Quality, must have enjoyed the gameplay.
Hopefully it was that they couldn't stop playing. I mean, that's what we pride ourselves in. So there were probably a few people that played and couldn't get away from the game and said, oh, this has got to be the one of
Well, it's one of those games, isn't it, that just sucks people in and it just doesn't let them go again. You know, I think you've been responsible for an awful lot of gaming man-hours, if you like, over the years. Probably yourselves as well, I should imagine.
Yes. Certainly.
And I mean, if you look at the variety in the award as well, even having things like Plants vs Zombies in there, you know, strategy comes in all shapes and sizes these days. So do you think the future's bright for the genre in general?
I mean, I love strategy games because you can do such unexpected things. With certain genres, you're really limited. But like you can see from Plants vs. Zombies or Napoleon or StarCraft, any genre that you can imagine is ripe to mine, and I'm excited about the future, definitely.
And that's it. I mean, you know, technological advances, the way that the space of progress, you know, the way that strategy is evolving. Should we be excited about what's even Civ in the future?
Well, I think the Facebook version is quite great, and we're exploring new options right now that we can't talk about, but I think the future's bright.
The future's bright, the future's bright. And the awards are heavy, you put yours on the floor. I think, now we've spoken, I'll let you pick it up again.
Okay, excellent.
Admire it.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing, it's a beautiful thing. Guys, congratulations. Have a wonderful night.
Okay, thank you so much.
Each year, Dare to be Digital, the UK's premier gaming competition for students, runs a development scheme where 3 teams fight it out for the chance to be labelled BAFTA's Ones to Watch. Created to encourage emerging talent, the Academy looks for the best use of technology, market potential and innovation. And the quality of this year's entries is said by sources to be exceptionally high. So let's find out who could be the gaming legends of tomorrow.
And the award goes to...
6 weeks. Twang by That Game Studio.
So guys, you are BAFTA's Ones to Watch. How does that feel?
Surreal. I was sitting there convinced that it was down to the other 2 teams. Just really, I'm shell-shocked.
Do you think it's the lucky kilt that swung it?
Well, I didn't wear the kilt while we were making the game, but maybe tonight one of the judges saw it and they thought, you know what, that guy needs an extra vote.
Of course, now for every award ceremony in future that you guys attend, you've got to wear the kilts.
Exactly,
it's a lucky kilt from now on.
Yep.
So tell me about the game. Where did the idea come from?
Well, the original concept was just making as simple as game possible and incorporating elements from games we love, like Micro Machines and Worms. You know, the Ninja Rope from Worms and the whole knockout mode from Micro Machines. And that was just the basic concept, and we worked from there.
What do you think swayed the judges in your favour? What do you think was the difference?
Probably pure fun.
Yeah, fun.
I don't know.
Well, it's quite important in games.
Yeah, we made the game that people could play as a group, so it was more like couch gaming than gaming on your own, so maybe that was something that swung it.
You're clearly overwhelmed, but seriously, massive congratulations. Brilliant achievement.
Thanks.
Enjoy your night. Have a great time.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Cheers.
Well done.
In the ever-changing industry, the quality of games is at an all-time high. In what's been a vintage 12 months for story-driven games, a good narrative, just like in any TV show or movie, is now more and more essential. Let's see who can write themselves their own happy ending in the category for Best Story in a Game.
The BAFTA goes to Heavy Rain.
Well, David, Heavy Rain is the big winner tonight. You've picked up 3 BAFTAs. What does it mean to you?
It really means a lot when you work so hard for so long on a game that's so different and so bizarre. I mean, it's a fantastic reward to see the commercial success, the critical success, and tonight the awards.
And it's a wonderful game. I mean, you've just, most recent one you picked up was the story, and I think the narrative and what you achieved with that, I think of all the games that people played in 2010, that I spoke to people that played it, it seems to have affected people more than any other game. Not, you know, different moments, whether it's the cutting off the finger bit, or just the emotions they felt from the loss of the child. So just in terms of like connecting with people and ramping it up, it seems that you really affected a lot of games more than other games might.
Well, I think in writing this story, I wrote something very personal. So it was really sincere. It was really about the relationship with my son that was just born. And I really wanted to tell a story about this and about how bizarre it is to like someone, to love someone that you don't know and that you need to discover. So yeah, great pleasure.
You had incredibly stiff competition in the story category. I mean,
Right.
in general, do you think games are just getting better at telling stories?
Games are getting better, yeah, of course. I think 5 years ago it was nothing. Story was absolutely not important in any game, but today it becomes more and more an important component of the experience. I think most development teams in the world understand that people enjoy stories. The story is what make people stay until the end of the game and not stop after 2 hours.
I think games like Heavy Rain, they're pushing the boundaries of what's possible in interactive entertainment. And they're also, putting a mark in the ground and showing what's possible, and increasing the reputation of video games. Do you also think the association with BAFTA is helping that as well? They go kind of hand in hand.
It's incredibly important. I mean, we try to prove to people who don't play today, who don't interact, because maybe they think games are not for them or not interesting to them, that it's a new medium. It's something absolutely unique and exciting. It's all about immersion, emotional involvement. And yeah, this is a fantastic media. And I'm glad to build bridges between the game industry and the film industry. And I think that's a great thing. And BAFTA helps a lot. I mean, I was in the US a month ago and people knew about BAFTA and was waiting to hear who would win what. So yeah, it's absolutely fantastic.
Well, David, 3 BAFTAs tonight, the biggest winner on the night for Heavy Rain. Congratulations.
Oh,
Well
thank
done.
you.
Enjoy your night.
Thank you so much.
Very well done.
It's time for the big one, the BAFTA Award for Best Game. There's an eclectic mix of games in the running in what has been a vintage 12 months for gaming. So without further ado, let's find out who's going to take home the Golden Mask.
This is it, and the BAFTA goes to... If I can open it... Mass Effect 2!
Well, Jonathan, you're collecting the award on behalf of BioWare. It's the big one of the night, Best Game. What do you think this will mean to the guys at the studio?
Well, I think the guys back in Edmonton are busy working on Mass Effect 3, trying to make it as amazing as they possibly can, and having this plaudit for Mass Effect 2 will only inspire them and spur them on to do even better work.
Was it a nervous night for you? Was there a moment where you thought, oh my God, this brilliant game that so many people love might actually not win anything when it got to the final award?
I must admit, yeah, I was a little bit concerned. We were nominated in several categories, huge competition in all those categories, deserved winners in all those categories, but I kind of had an inkling that we might get this one. I think the amount of support we've had for this game since it's released, over a year ago now, people don't seem to be forgetting it, and they're still playing it and enjoying it. And the beautiful thing about it is that everyone who plays it has a different experience. It's their Commander Shepard in their own universe, and they're crafting that story themselves. So it gives gamers an incredible investment in that journey, and I think that's kind of proved out by this award.
No, I completely agree, and I've played through it twice. I mean, the first time I played through it as a bloke, being a very, very good guy, like very noble, and the second time I tried to play through it as an evil woman. I just couldn't do it. I found it really hard to be like bad in games. But the fact that it gives you those options, it's really at the cutting edge, not just of technology, but what you can do with storytelling in games, and as well as just these blockbuster action experiences. So, I mean, goodness knows what they're going to come up with Mass Effect 3.
I think at the heart of every BioWare game is the story. I think that's what they, that they really try to nail every single time, and not just a story that they're trying to, push people along. It's a story that they want people to have a personal investment in. And obviously you're a good lad, Johnny. So obviously you enjoyed playing as that kind of heroic male, and that's fine.
I'm a nice guy.
And I'm sure you still enjoyed it when you were playing as the evil female. But
Just found it difficult.
Difficult, exactly. Yeah, but it challenges people. It's one of those few games that does challenge people. And I think it's a huge credit that they can come here a year after the game was released and pick up this award in some amazing, in the company of some amazing games.
And as you say, I mean, of all the awards it was up for tonight, really that's the one you'd want if you could only choose one, Best Game.
This is the one. I mean, we'd love to have taken all of them home. Story, I think in particular, being sort of the heartbeat of BioWare games and Mass Effect, but this is kind of the important, the really kind of the one that speaks volumes.
And maybe we'll see you here again next year for Mass Effect 3.
Let's hope so.
Great, well congratulations, enjoy the night.
Cheers.
And send our congratulations to the guys.
I will do, thank
Cheers.
you.
Thank you. Well, I'm with gaming legend Peter Molyneux, who's just received the Fellowship Award at BAFTA from Sir Ben Kingsley. I think before we have a chat, let's take a look at him getting the award.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am exceptionally pleased to present this year's Academy Fellowship to Peter Molyneux.
Well, Peter, I mean, we were watching that backstage and we saw you on the screen when you got up there. I mean, the ovation you got, it was clearly a very emotional moment for you.
It was an amazing moment. I honestly thought, I actually felt quite faint. Actually, I walked up the stairs, and just to see that sea of faces and that of lots of people I've worked with before, and it was just incredible, amazing.
Would you say that that's when you got up on stage that it really hit you what this award means?
Well, it was, you know, it was just a, you know, it was just incredible feeling of this flash of all the years that I've been there, been in the industry and working, and it was just an amazing feeling. I mean, you know, there's not many times you'll catch me speechless, but I almost was completely speechless then.
And to be given it by someone like Sebenkin.
I know, amazing. I mean, amazing. You know, he's you know, he's a proper star. I mean, you know, good grief, it's incredible.
So now, I mean, you've had a few weeks to kind of come to terms with the fact that you were getting this. You've been through the moment now. I mean, what are you going to do? What, as soon as we finish this interview and this night's over, what are you going to go and do? How are you going to go and absorb this moment?
You know, I actually stood on stage and said, look, I now feel like going home and really working really hard to prove I earn it. And, you know, I'm obviously going to drink lots of drinks tonight and celebrate. There's, you know, my mother and my wife here and the team is here, so we're obviously going to have a really good drink and celebration. But despite the hangover tomorrow morning, I'll be up early and, you know, looking at this every day and realising what it means. And, you know, I think I should prove that I really, truly deserve this.
Well, I think in the meantime that you have earned a drink tonight, Peter.
Yeah.
So I think make sure you relax and enjoy your night. But I mean, looking at all the games you've made in your career, I know we've spoken before, and you're very self-critical, and you always kind of find faults in them. But they've achieved such success, and they've been so influential. What would you say would be the game that you were most proud of in your career?
Yeah, I've been asked that question before, and it's a really tough thing because every single game I'm proud of in some sort of way. I mean, I could say Populous, and I could say it because, you know, it was just me and this guy Glenn sitting in an office and smoking too many cigarettes and drinking too many cans of Coke and eating too many pizzas. And, you know, in some ways that was the most pure experience. In other ways it was the most simple experience. There was nothing to risk. I could say Black and White because it's felt so different, or Fable because it was such an enormous challenge. Everyone I'm really proud of. You know, it's like picking a favourite child. I just can't pick one.
And I mean, you look at everything you've achieved. I mean, you won a Lifetime Achievement Award early in the month at GDC. You picked up the fellowship tonight. You're also an OBE, but you're still motivated. You still want to keep going and still keep making games.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I mean, I really truly believe that this award, and in fact all the awards, are not for me. It's not for me as an individual. It's for the work that I've been involved with, and you know, that team is there, and they're the ones that really should get the big pat on the back and the awards as well. And so, you know, I just feel like, in my mind, there's definitely an ambition that I want to reach, and I haven't reached that yet.
Well, fantastic.
And, you know, maybe I never will. I don't know, but I just feel like
keep trying.
Keep trying. Yeah.
Well, Peter, huge congratulations. I mean, thoroughly well deserved. A wonderful career, a wonderful life.
Thank you very much.
So many great games. Have a great night. Have a good drink.
Yeah, I would shake your hand.
Cheers.
But it's
you're busy. It's all right.
Microphone.
Have a great night. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, what a fantastic night we've had here at the Game British Academy Video Games Awards 2011. The big winner on the night was Heavy Rain, which picked up 3 prizes, but the ultimate gong went to Mass Effect 2, which picked up Best Game. I don't think anyone would argue with that. Congratulations to all of the winners. It's been an amazing year for gaming, an amazing night for the people who make them.